Sellers, it's your turn. So there are three things that we're going to talk about as far as getting your house ready for the market. And the very first thing doesn't even require an agent. So all it is preparing your property for the market. So the very first photo that you're going to see whenever you're scrolling through homes is the front elevation. So let's just go ahead and start there. So we're going to want to clean up the landscape. We're going to either want to fluff the mulch, change the mulch out, add rock if we need to, whatever we need to do to tidy up that landscape. Also, go ahead and treat in the yard if you have the means to do so and you know what you're doing. Go ahead and do that, because the last thing that you're going to want is you're going to want somebody to see your house online and there's an enhanced photo, and then they drive past and they're like, well, this doesn't look anything like the photos. So to get that objection out of there, go ahead, do the power washing, clean up the landscape, mow the yard. Maybe you got to power wash the fence. You might have to paint or stain some columns or something like that. The front door, that is a big thing. Also, guys, when we're talking about your home, we're going to want to neutralize it. So any type of funky color or something that, it may not rub every buyer the right way. Anyway, let's go ahead and get rid of it. So there's been plenty of times where I've had people that had, a red door, a blue door, a green door. And anyway, the image is burned in the buyer's head is, oh yeah, that was the house with the green door. So what we want to do is we want to neutralize that. Also, when we talk about neutralizing the property, we want to talk about, your photos. So to protect your identity, it's not something that you have to do, but it's one of those things that, hey, we can find whose house it is based on, signatures and seller's disclosures. The assessor site usually has your name unless you're a public safety person. Otherwise, it's like they usually have your name. So if you don't want to put a face to the name, go ahead and take down those family photos. Also, what it does is it helps the buyer visualize the property. Also, guys, when we're talking about getting your house ready, we're going to talk about doing a deep clean. So a deep clean is always a great suggestion. Highly recommend it. But also, we're going to talk about, decluttering the house. So if there are items that, you haven't touched in 6 months, they have nothing to do with any type of holiday or something of that nature. Anyway, this is a good time for you guys to go through those boxes, donate, have a yard sale. Maybe you put it on Facebook Marketplace, but you just get rid of that stuff, because what that's going to do is when you go and move to the next house, anyway, you're not bringing anything that's unnecessary to that brand new house. So just put you a step ahead. Also, when we talk about decluttering, maybe you have a lot of clothes, but anyway, some of your clothes are out of season. This would be a good time for you to go ahead and get those space saver bags. Go ahead and fold up those clothes, put them in the bag, shrink it, and then go stick it in the attic somewhere. That way, whenever we're looking at your closet, it's like, hey, there's a decent amount of room in here. Also, as far as, countertops, the extra stuff that you have that's not really necessary to be out, we're going to go ahead and give that a blank canvas. So your KitchenAid mixers, your Keurig, if it's not in a dedicated spot where your coffee bar is at and it's just sitting on your counter, let's go ahead and put those items up and make sure that they're just in a good space and they fit into the cabinet okay. Because the other thing is there's a possibility somebody's going to pull out your they're going to open up your cabinet doors, and you don't want anything to fall out of there, right? Absolutely not. Also, guys, when we're talking about deep clean, and I'm just going to mention this because it's happened to me before, make sure you clean your stove and your microwave. I remember I walked back in and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope nobody opened up my oven. I had stuff splattered everywhere. So go ahead and make sure you clear those things out as well. And then finally, just patch up the walls, paint the baseboards if you need to, if things are scuffed up. And then I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but let's also remove all of the pet items. So I love my dog, and I know other people love their pets too. But anyway, those items, can discourage a buyer. So what we're trying to do is we are trying to make sure that we give this home the best presentation possible every single time a buyer walks through. The second thing is finding the agent for you. So we talk about this all the time, the agent that you like, know, and trust. But also, guys, there's going to be some characteristics that you're going to want to look for. So you should be able to research your agent online, but also you should have easy access to your agent, whether that's a phone call or a text. Within a few hours, they should be able to respond back to you. If you're not finding that type of agent, maybe it's time to dig a little bit deeper. Also, when we talk about accesses, people will tell you all the time, it's like, hey, Will, you are everywhere. And it's like, yeah, it's part of my job. It's almost like being a celebrity. So it's like, hey, and also I'm a normal guy as well. So like to go to the gym in the morning, got to drop the kids off at school. I'm an active member at church. And then, I pretty much go into the office 5 days a week. And then on the weekends, I'm working open houses, showing buyers homes. And then as far as my social media is concerned, I'm on there as well. So it's like, hey, there's multiple places where you can contact Will to get something done. So anyway, guys, find you an agent that is active. And then also when you're looking at these agents, make sure that they're asking you key questions. So guys, we don't get to decide what you sell your house for, but also at the same time, we have to have a clear understanding and also understand, where you guys stand at when it comes to selling your home. So you should be having an agent that's asking you like, hey, what's the next step? What's your motivation? What are you looking to get out of your home, and what are you looking for in the next home? So when your agents are asking you those types of things, those are key indicators that, hey, you've probably found the right agent to work with. So guys, find the agent that you like, know, and trust. Now it leads me to the third thing. So once you've done the legwork, you found the agent, now it's time to invite that agent over so they can tour your home. So, and with this tour of the home, they're going to bring you a comparative market analysis. Now, they could do some legwork up front based on the information that you gave them, but also if you've modified the home at all, or also just public information is sometimes wrong. It's a good thing for your agent to come in and actually tour the home. Now, they can do this comparative market analysis prior, but then also they should be going back and tweaking it a little bit. And sometimes I've even sat at people's kitchen tables, and anyway, we've adjusted it based on what they need also and what I've seen. So, and based on your motivation. So, with the comparative market analysis, what that's going to do is that's going to give you homes that are like yours, that are probably in a certain mile radius, that have sold, that are active, that are pending, that gives us a good indicator of what we could sell your house for. So guys, when we give you this comparative market analysis, there should be a range of numbers. So I always say that you should have a low number, which that low number is, hey, your house really shouldn't sell for anything less than this based on the research and what we're looking at right now. And then also there should be a high number as well. So it's like, hey, we don't want to overshoot the market either. And if your house is only worth $450, hey, we can't go to $475 because that's a $25,000 gap, and that is a big gap significantly. So guys, we've got a high number. And then the third thing that we'll have is we'll have a suggested list price. So that is our professional opinion. Now, with that being said though, you guys get to determine the price. So based on the information that we've given you and our professional opinion, that is how we figure out what we're going to list the home for. And not every home is a one size fits all. So, even if we're looking at 2-story homes, they can be, and they're both 2,500 square feet. Those layouts could be completely different. So there's 2 houses that there's 3 houses in a row that I'm going to sell. And each one of those homes is completely different from one another. Yes, they are all 2 stories and they're all within about 200 square feet of each other, but you know, having a primary suite on the main level will mean a whole lot more to a person that's looking for longevity versus a younger family where they've got, you know, kids that are at a very young age, maybe, you know, newborns to toddlers, that, hey, for them, the next house that they need to be very close. So they need all those bedrooms upstairs versus you've got a few here and then you've got your primary down at the main level. So guys, the last thing that I'm going to tell you, because I told you I only had 3 topics, but I got a tip for you as well. So guys, we talked about, you know, curb appeal and the first photo that you see. As far as your photos are concerned, with the market being the way that it is, you really should be getting professional photos. So not saying that you can't have a realtor come in and take great shots with their iPhone, they can, but also understand what type of photography package that you're getting whenever you list with each agent. So for us, we have a full frame camera that takes bracketed images. So it's taking 5 shots of the same view from light to dark. So it's going to look like the sun is completely blinding the room to, hey, we've got lights out. And then what that does is we take those images, put it into one for us to get you the best shot. It takes about 24 hours. So it is a very quick process. So that is just another thing as far as presentation goes when it comes to selling your guys' house. So if you guys have any questions or you want to talk more, give me a call at 812-881-0368. You also can email me as well or DM me on any of these platforms. Anyway, that's it for today. We'll see you guys.